How to create partition on Windows 11. A partition on hard drives is what I'm going to show you in this video. We'll start off by going to the File Explorer, your Windows Explorer. Go to this PC on the left. Now right click it and go to Show More Options. Now the second one from the top would be Manage. Click that. This will open up the computer management, and under that there's storage, and what you want to click is disk management. This might take some time to load depending on how many disk departments and hard drives you have on your computer. Let's enlarge this. So as you can see, I have disk 0, disk 1, and disk 2. So C drive, a D drive, and an E drive. So I have 3 drives on my PC. Now, if I want to create a partition on any of these, you can choose any of these. Be careful on your C drive, there's a system reserved one and a healthy recovery partition. So this C drive partition is already smaller than the disk drive itself. Like the amount of space on the disk itself is larger than the one allocated to C itself. As you can see, 37, to 238. Now, to create a partition, you choose your disk. So I'll choose disk 2. So E, left click it. Now right click and then hit shrink volume. Queuing volume for blah blah blah. Now it says shrink E. Total size before shrinking in megabytes would be this. The size of available shrink space. So this is the amount you can still use to shrink, which is the maximum amount you can allocate to your new partition. Enter the amount of space to shrink in megabytes. Megabytes, that's important. Let's say we want 5 gigabytes, so 5,000 megabytes will be the size of our partition. Click shrink. This might take some time. There we go. We now have a bit less than the 5 GBs unallocated as a completed partition. What you now want to do is allocate this. Now left click, right click, new simple volume. Once you do that, this volume wizard comes up. Click next, leave these as default because you want all of the unallocated space to be allocated. So next, now assign the folder a drive letter. As you can see here, mine are called C, D, and E. So once I open up this drop-down menu, A, B are still, I'm able to take these. I can't take C, D, or E because they have been allocated already. So I'll keep it as F, but the name of this doesn't really matter. It's just how it's called. Click next. Now you can see file system, NTFS, keep it as it is. Allocation unit size default, keep this as it is. Volume label, new volume. That's the name of your partition. You can rename it however you want. Let's say create partition. Perform a quick format is what you want. Click next. Now finish. And as you can see, create partition with the letter F is what we did. We have successfully created our partition on Windows 11. If we go back to our Explorer, you can see under devices and drives, we have create partition with F that has 4.86 GBs of free storage. Okay, but now what do we do if you want to remove this partition and re-enter these 5 gigabytes to the disk where it was before we created the partition? What you want to also know about this is that you can right click, shrink, delete volume. You need to know though that this will delete all the files on here. So you need to have a backup on any of these other drives if you do this. So right click, delete volume, There's this delete this volume, will erase all data on it. Backup any data you want to keep before deleting. You want to continue? Click yes. Now, as you can see, all this storage is now unallocated again. In order to combine this storage with the original one we had before, click the volume E, so the same disk, but not the unallocated one. Right click and click extend volume. This opens up the extend volume wizard, not the shrink volume wizard. Click next. And as you can see, selected is disk 2, which is the right disk we have here. It says 5 GBs, which is the amount we have used to create our partition, and that's the unallocated amount of space. Now hit next. Now, as you can see, you selected the following settings: disk select, disk 2, 5 GBs. To close this wizard, click finish. Now click finish, and we have successfully deleted our partition and remerged it with the original disk and partition as the primary partition on that disk. That's how to create partition on Windows 11. If this video helped you out, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.